Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Connie with Prairie Paper Crafts. I'm going to be sharing with you today a 2-page scrapbook layout. Someone had wanted to see a scrapbook layout with Santa and Mrs. Claus, so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. All of my designs are from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs, and I'll go through the files as I go through everything with you. I have my right page put together, and I'm just going to move it out of the way a little bit here, and I'm going to be working on this page for right now, and I have to bring the other page in to get everything lined up properly, so kind of work together here. I can give you some of the dimensions like my background pieces, but my paper pieces I can only give you approximate because I don't have everything right there. I don't have sizes. I design everything. I put I bring my pieces in, my SVG files, assemble them, group each piece, and then I put on my screen 2 12-inch or 1 12-inch square, whatever I'm doing for a layout, and then I start putting the pieces in there. The borders I usually don't put in on Design Space because I'm never sure exactly what I'm doing. And I'm just adding glue to this white piece. Be just a moment. I will let you know this is about the 4th time I have revised this layout. I actually did have a layout in mind, and it just was it was boring. It was really, it's a great sketch and I'll be using it for something else, but since I wanted to add more Christmas photos, I just decided, no, I'm going to add a little more. So that's how it's, and then I just keep changing things because it sits on my desk for a while, and I finally get around to figuring out what I want to do. So somebody asked me how long it took me to do a scrapbook layout for a single page, and I'd estimated maybe 5 hours. I think that's not near enough. This one's taken me, granted it's a double page layout, but it's taken a long time. I just keep thinking about different things to do, and there are a couple, like I said, revisions. So anyway, my black piece, 12 by 12. My white piece is a 11 7/8" square. I took, trying to keep my computer awake, sorry. This is one 12-inch square piece of paper. I only had one, and I liked this specific grayish blue background, so cut it in half, and then I cut it down. Well, I want to say it's probably 11 3/4. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's 11 3/4 by long by 6 high. So I'll go ahead and get this piece in. And I often do this. I build my borders. If I only have one piece like this to work with, I build my borders around this specific piece, so I get the sizes so it all comes together. But this I need to put here. I'm lining up with my mat here, and it's going to go between the 3 and the 9. It's going to be just short of both of them, so this must be not quite a full 6 inches. And I'm coming in so it's centered between each. And I don't want to move my black mat here because I have everything focused where I need it for my camera, so that's why I don't want to move anything too much. Okay, so now got my border piece at the bottom. This is going to be also 11 3/4" long by, this is about 2 3/8" high. And again, it's so my pieces, I'll fall together so I don't have any white spots. I love this little deer on the back side of this. I think I have a design from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs that's similar to this, and it was really, I think, supposed to be more for maybe a baby type design, but I'm going to try to make something yet for Christmas with it. I'm giving approximately 3/16 of an inch border. It's between a 1/16 and an 1/8. So if that helps anybody, I don't know if I can't do my 16ths. 2/16. No, it would be, no, it's between the two. Let's just put it that way. It's easier. It wouldn't be 3/16, that's for sure. This green piece is a 1/2 inch wide, and again, it's it's 11 3/4 inch long. I'm just gonna have a little bit of a gap over there, and I'm just trying to figure out if I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna try and fix it. This layout has given me so many headaches just trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I'm not gonna try to keep fixing it. So the tree will cover up a lot of it. I don't want to take this red off and make a bigger mess. So, okay, going to bring my other piece in here a moment, and I'm going to work upside down so I can see. What I'm trying to do is get these pieces somewhat together so they're somewhat even. Okay. On this, I have to lay this out first, just to give you a heads up. Because what it's got to do is just, these have to just overlap at the slightest bit. So we're good there. These were actually cut from a Kiwi Lane template. And if you don't have that, you know, any kind of border if you wanted to use. And I know Little Scraps of Heaven has a wavy scalloped border that I use quite often on things. It's fairly tall, but if you unlock your proportions, if you use Cricut Design Space anyway, you can make it any height you wish and still keep the length. So you are good on that. I'm just trying to make sure I get my pieces there matched up. And I like to burnish things just so the glue gets spread out. And I'm not a fan of an ATG gun, especially for scrapbooking. I just can't get my pieces straight. Next, I put this piece down. Again, it's 11 3/4 by, I did this one 2 1/4 inches high. If you end up sticking around till the end of the video, I do have a giveaway I'm doing. I chose to do it now instead of doing a separate video. And all you have to do is leave a comment if you're interested in. If you want to leave a comment on the layout, great. If you're not interested in the giveaway, please do leave a comment, you know, that you're not interested, and I just won't include you. And I'll be showing that at the end. I just don't want to send something to someone that, you know, has no need for it, or prefers not to have it, and that's perfectly fine. I appreciate that. So that's why I give you the option. I got one more red strip I couldn't get a hold of. This also is 1/2 of an inch by 11 3/4. Anyway, I'm trying to get some more giveaways done. I've cut back a little bit on some of my scrapbooking stuff, and right now I thought I had a lot more Christmas cards than I do. So I guess I'm back to putting together some very simple Christmas cards. Luckily I have some ideas. If you are interested in seeing those, please let me know in the comments also, so I can do some videos. I have to fix this little bit of an end here. It's not gluing. I don't think I got the glue all the way to the end. That or it gets dry really quick because it's quite dry in my apartment. So and that's another reason why I like to get my pieces burnished down. Okay, I'm going to start on what will be my left side of my layout. Get all my pieces here. Okay, the tree is from, well, let me go through this a little bit better. And then I'll put it down, and then I will get the design pieces. Okay, because some of them are odd. This page is all from the same design. So, oh, got to get that over a little bit. This tree was an afterthought, by the way, so that's why this looks kind of funny with my lights and stuff. But the lights, the tree, the presents, this little snow piece, Noel, they are all from Penguin Celebration, from Little Scraps of Heaven Designs. My photo mat, and I left this top piece open in case I decide to put some tags in there, which I still may for journaling, but it is 5 by 7. The outside, and then my layers are 1/8 of an inch. I have a red layer and then the printed pattern paper, and then my next layer is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. Then again 1/8 of an inch between my two top layers, and then I just use some a Martha Stewart punch for the corner piece. And this tree, the bows were gifted to me, and I did not use the little pieces that go on for the top. I just cut the circles. The star on the top was basically the same color as this gold bow here. It was perfectly, it was shiny, but it was flat, and it stuck out like a sore thumb. I cannot tell you. I thought, oh, a gold star. Looked awful. And I just couldn't figure out what I was going to do. Well, then last night when I was trying to sleep, I thought, oh, I'm going to use a lighter yellow. This is actually a very pale, almost a white yellow by the time it before it starts. And then I just added it on top with some foam tape. And then I ran it through my, oh, I don't know, it's like a quilted embossing folder from Stampin' Up. And then I added some Nouveau drops just to add where the quilting tufts are. And it actually lined up much better than I expected. So anyway, that is the story behind the tree. That got changed 1 or 2 times already. And then this, that's the original color of the green for the lights. It stuck out like a sore thumb because it just doesn't match just green here, and I wasn't thinking about the papers I was using when I cut this out. So I came back with the colored pencil. I don't have markers, and I just went through like with an olive color over the top, and it's working much better for me. So I just thought I would share that. That was one of the changes I had to make. And then this goes underneath, and I need to get this on basically to put my lights on, and it's going to go about like that. So I need my ruler. I'll get my tree out of here just so I can get it kind of straight there. Okay, it's going to go about 3/4 of an inch from the edge. I'm not sure exactly, but give you a little bit of an idea. Just putting glue on this. And I hope everybody is healthy and safe and not been affected too badly by this coronavirus. So far I've been very thankful, very lucky. Of course I don't go anywhere, so it shouldn't be that big of a problem. I'm thankful I don't have to go out to work. I'm afraid that might be more of a problem than being a lot around people and other things that have been a problem. So, and our state is in somewhat of a, they call it like a pause. I call it more almost like a lockdown, but you're not supposed to be gathering for Thanksgiving and whatnot. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing, to be honest, which is never too far off gauge. Kind of play it by ear anymore. Oops, that was smart. Put my thumb in the glue. I'm only, okay, now I got to think about this because, yeah, some of these I don't want glue on if they're going to go over the pictures. So let me look a little bit. Sorry, I should have been a little bit better prepared, but somehow that's, okay, so I can do the green up here. That's how I do things. This is why you should know by now if you've watched enough videos. I kind of think as I go when I'm doing things. Okay, now I got to get over here and figure out where I'm at again so I don't get too far off. Okay, so I can do the blue but not the yellow. And I can do this one. I'm not putting any adhesive on the green wire part, so to speak. I will come back and tack it down if I need to. I feel there's a problem. And once I get the photos in, if I want to put a little bit of glue in, I can certainly do that. Yeah, I probably will. I'm not sure because it'll pop up a little bit, but I'm good. So I'm going to leave that alone. Then I want to come back and get my tree in. This I did pop up 2 pieces on foam tape just so it'd stick up a little bit. And it's good. Put my little snow in. The snow, we'll get the size on that on the tree in a moment here. I'm going to give you the length because then I just let the computer figure out the how high it should be. But it's about 5 5/8 inches long. And the tree, this is without the star, but the star would all be included to get it all the evens are the right size. But when it's assembled, it's about 6 inches, and then with the star, all told, it's about 7 3/4. And that's because I wanted to use up some space over there. I'm not sure what pictures I'm putting in here yet. I have some pictures from a couple Christmases ago I haven't developed. I might put those in there. Might see what this Christmas brings. Always interesting. Although I think last year I didn't celebrate Christmas with my whole family. I was very, very sick. So I opted just to stay home, and I celebrated then with my sister and my mother Christmas night for a little bit. Okay, this present and these both again were grouped so they came together. You know, they're equal sizes because they're both different sizes on the file. But that's just about 2 1/4 tall once it's all put together. This one I kept flat. Didn't want any extra glitter on it. I get sometimes carried away with the glitter and glitter glue, and I just don't always work together. I don't know. It dries out if I don't cover it up with glossy accents. So, kind of careful. This one is popped up on foam tape though. My Noel, these are each square is about 1.5 inches wide, and whatever the width is, and again also the letters, it all comes together for the same size. So I think this worked when I did it this way. 2 of them are popped up. I don't know what my thinking was there, but that's nothing new. This was really the only file I could find with the title that I could use that kind of fit, so that's why it's a little bit different. You could use whatever you preferred there. I might come back and do glossy accents on the letters just to give it some detail, because it's kind of boring in that flat black, and more than likely I will. I use a lot of glossy accents also in my projects, so just in case you're wondering. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with the lost my page already. Right side. And I'm going to move this mat. I'm good with not needing that right now. Okay, I have Santa and Mrs. Claus. A piece of. I love these. I'm quite happy with the way they turned out. Very, very happy. I'm working on doing some more shading, so these are both popped up on 1 layer of foam tape, and they're each, he's about 5 1/4, she's about 5 1/2 approximately. I don't know if you can see that gold star on there at all. That's what I had initially for the gold on the Christmas tree. Just didn't like it at all. Then I have my, this is from the Santa and Mrs. Claus file. And this mistletoe is also from the Penguin Celebration file. I added another bow that was given to me and just some liquid pearls. Okay, my fireplace. They call it, I think, a chimney, but anyway, I call it a fireplace, but I'm not sure how it was listed on the file. But this is from Night Before Christmouse, same as the tree. And the lights were from Penguin Celebration. So what I did was I added the little holly leaves, and the red drops are from the Nouveau drops. And this is all total, it's about 5 1/8 inches wide, and however tall it ended up to be. On the pattern, on the file on the internet, if you look, it's more of a cream color with brownish colored bricks. It doesn't look like this at all. I wanted something more that didn't stand out against the colors I'm using, thus the gray and the more of a reddish color here. And then the stockings, I just added some baker's twine behind them. So I'm going to put that down first. Mistletoe, I will get a little bit of a size on that. I'm not exactly sure. There is another file that you could use for the mistletoe if you're interested, or you could just put a sticker or leave it blank. I started out with the poinsettia, didn't like it, just didn't work for me, so I changed it up a little bit. And just kind of trying to center this a little bit toward the bottom. I'm going to get this crooked because it's supposed to be up and down more. It's approximately 3 1/4 inches. Okay, and then add these 2 on there. I often change up the colors on the designs I'm using just to kind of try to get close to matching the papers I'm using. when I made the chimney, after I decided I was doing a 2-page layout on this, that's when I had already picked out some of my colors and for my papers. And so then I knew I had to have a darker, or wanted a darker fireplace there. So sorry if I keep calling it chimney. It's not a chimney to me, but... And I really couldn't find anything for like a flame to put in here, or any logs or anything that would work. I'm using this as my design team project, so I have to stick with just little scraps of heaven designs. And I also looked to see if I had a little sticker that could, go in there, but didn't really find anything appropriate as far as a little greeting or sentiment or something. So I am just leaving it plain. I do have some other files that I could always add later if I wish for the flame. But again, just keeping everything so I could include it as a design team project. And again, these are all just, ideas for you to put together. So here's some inspiration. Kind of trying to get her about the same height from the bottom as Santa Claus is. I will say I looked extensively for a Santa and Mrs. Claus that I liked. That was not a bear or, more childish, so to speak. I didn't find any. And I really do like these two. I'm very old-fashioned when it comes to Christmas stuff. I like some of the newer things, but I do like these. Okay, then I have 3 photo mats. These 2, I've got 2 of these, are not quite the same width because I can't measure very well. I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, this is about 3 5/8 on the outside, and then 1/8 of an inch in for each of the borders, or the mats, excuse me, red and then the striped. This was cut with a punch, and it does lift up, so you can put a photo underneath, or you can put the photo under the ribbon, however you wish. And I just tied that on, and I chose black checkered. I put red, I put green, and to be honest with you, there's too much red and green on here for me already. And because I used a black background, and this is a darker background, and with the black in the fireplace and that, I really, really liked this. It just really toned it down a little bit for me, especially with that red stripe. That's pretty, but oh, wow. Okay, this photo mat starts at 4 inches wide. Again, 1/8 of an inch in for each piece, and the Martha Stewart corners. Just kind of wanted to tie it in on one of the photos over here. And then this one, I think, is maybe the smaller one. Nope, this is a larger one. This is about 3 3/4 wide. Oh, and I'm sorry, they are 5 3/4 inch high. That I didn't change on either one. But, so they're going to go here. And I'm just wanting very little room between the 3 of them in the middle section. So just kind of trying to figure out where these need to go. And I probably should have left her off to get it straight, so I will work from the top as best I can. I put the mistletoe on because, oh, I already lost it. It was stuck to the back of one of the pages, and I was looking for a sticker or something to put up there, just because I couldn't find the mistletoe, but I got it, so it's all good. I'm going to eyeball this one. I'm not going to measure. That mistletoe, I forgot to tell you, I also popped that up. I don't usually, but I tried Mr. and Mrs. Claus just down, and it just, I don't know, I didn't like it near as well. I just didn't care for it, so. Okay, I better leave this a moment. I have to put my other mats on, and I want to be able to see what I'm doing here. If I put this one on, I might get a chance of getting the middle one straight. So all in all, I did have a lot of fun creating this page, or these pages. Like I said, if you knew how long it took me, and then they sit, and then I think about them for days, late at night, and wonder, okay, what can I do, or what should I have done different? What do I need to change? It's kind of ridiculous. I can see, though, my father doing the same thing. The little time I used to spend with him when he was doing his woodworking, he would sit on his stool in his shop for hours staring at something, and now I can understand more that he was, excuse my reach, I have something falling there. I can see where he was thinking about his projects and what he should or shouldn't have done, and that one's a tiny bit crooked, but I'm going to leave it. Not going to mess with it. Okay, got room in between. We're good. Just about done. If you stuck around this long, thank you. I tend to ramble. I don't talk to anybody a lot of days unless I'm working, which is not that much, so my mother's been calling me a lot lately, though. She's had a couple of deaths in our family, immediate and, well, I say extended because a very close friend of our family that was basically family in the last 6 weeks. So she's kind of having a struggle. Worse than the rest of us. So kind of trying to keep her occupied and her mind off of things a little bit. All right, here we go. I'm going to try to get these both in frame best I can. Okay, so I knew I had my pieces here. I'm going to move these a moment. Apologize. And I'm going to bring in the, I'm going to lose something here. I'm going to bring in the giveaway. I have 2 sets of these, and they'll go as a set, so there'll be 2 giveaways, basically. A quick go through these. This is a set of gift tags from Little Scraps of Heaven designs that I created. They do not have holes for tags, or excuse me, for string. If you want to put those in, you certainly can. They all do have to and from on them, though. So I have the little gingerbread. And I'll get these out of the way a little bit. I have the little penguins, both the green. I have the little snowmen. Well, they're not so little, but the snowmen. And I just realized I didn't put the berries on for the holly, so I'm going to put those on. I'm going to set that aside for a moment so I remember to do that when we're done. Then I have Santa Claus. And then I have the reindeer. And they have the Nouveau drops instead of the little yellow holes on them, or little dots, because I can't do things that little. And then I've showed these before on my fan page and whatnot. I have these 4x4 note cards to give away. They're all a little different. This is an easel card. I'm going to leave this sentiment blank, so if you wish, you can put what you want in there. I just like to do that. You could put a little white piece in the middle and write a little note, or stamp a sentiment. However, they all have envelopes that I've made to fit them. And I pretty much think they're all going to be, both sets are the same. This pattern, or excuse me, the designs are the same, and I think the cards are all on these 2 sets the same. I can't remember exactly. Then I have this little Santa in the boot with the poinsettia, and this is just, if I could get it to work, this is just, what is it, a stair step card, I think they're called. I get confused, but you can see it's not got a big step in there, but it does sit up like that. And then there's blank on the inside for you to put a sentiment or stamp it or just make a note, however you want to do it. And then this is my favorite little guy. Well, the next one, the gingerbread too, but this is just a, just lifts up like this. It's pretty simple. And then I have the gingerbread. This is actually a belly band card. So this will slide off, and then the gatefold opens, and you can put your sentiment, stamp it, or write it however you want. That was a fun little card to make also. Something different. Sometimes I just want, something a little different to make, and it uses up scraps so nicely. So anyway, if you're interested in, again, 2 giveaways, and it will be the set of the 4 note cards and 1 set of the gift tags. Please leave a comment. I'm also putting this on my Facebook page, so if you do comment both places, you will be entered twice, but you will only be eligible for 1 set, but you'll just have more chances to win. I will leave this open until Monday, November 30th, and I will close it at about 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will do the drawing on December 1st, which is Tuesday, and I would like really prompt reply so I can get these out, because I know my fault for being a little bit late. I'm sorry, but thank you all for joining me. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I would love that. Take care, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.